Okay, this is Bill Markley. It is September 12th, 2013, and I'm talking to Mrs. June Baker. And Mrs. Baker, could you tell us your birth date and birthplace, please?
I was born in Newark, Ohio, and my birth date is June 19th, 1921.
Okay, and what were your parents' names?
My parents' name was Ella Shaw and Edward Shaw.
Okay, so your maiden name was Shaw then?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and did you have any brothers and sisters?
I had, I had 2 sisters and 3 brothers.
Okay. Now, as far as the children's home, did you live there at all as a child, or did you just start there as an employee?
Oh, I just started at the children's home working right after graduation in 1940.
Okay. How long were you there?
I only worked there 1 year.
Okay. All right. What was your job title?
Pardon?
What was your job title?
Oh, assistant governess, I guess, would be.
Okay. Well, and what were your main job duties?
Well, it was getting the children up in the morning, and my bedroom was right next to the dormitory of the older children, and I had to go in and wake them up, and then they'd go back to bed, and I'd have to go in and wake them up again, and that was about 3 times. My morning started at 6:30.
Okay. How long did your day go then, as far as the work day?
And I never went back to my room until bedtime.
Wow. Okay. Huh. When would that have been typically?
Pardon?
When would you have gone to bed typically? Do you remember?
About 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay. Wow. So pretty long day.
It's a long day, yeah.
Were there any other kind of duties you typically had to do throughout the day that you remember?
Well, I had, if I had any spare time, I had to go to the sewing room and help the woman with the sewing.
Was that for sewing or repairing the children's clothes mostly?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. And was that in the same building, the main children's home building, or was it in a separate building?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, it was in the same building.
Oh, okay. Okay. And where were your living quarters? Was that in the main building also?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it was.
Okay. Do you remember much about what they were like?
I had a very nice room and a private bath, and it adjoined the dormitory.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember what your feelings were when you first started at the children's home? What your impressions were of the place?
Well, you know, I liked the job. The reason I left, it was too confining for a 19-year-old girl, you know.
Right.
I was 19 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was just too confining for me, and that's the only reason I left.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you remember about the other staff there?
Well, I remember the cook, and she was an excellent cook, and I remember that, and just, you know, the people who run the home, Mary and Walter Zerger,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about all I remember of it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Speaking of the cook, do you remember what kind of food it was? Anything?
I don't remember the kind of food it was, but
Yeah.
I know it was excellent food.
Okay, good, good. What were the children like? Any particular memories or stories that you can think of about the children?
Well, the only thing I can remember is, you know, the parents of the children would come, some of the parents would come and visit the children, usually on Saturday, and they would meet out on the lawn in the front of the building, and that's where they would have their visit, and which was not very often.
Okay.
And the children loved to have the parents visit them, and that's just about all I can tell you about that.
Okay, that's fine. Were there any special events while you were there? I've heard of some events that they called lawn socials, where they would invite the community in and have a big ice cream eating event and that sort of thing. Do you have any memories of something like that?
No, I don't remember anything like that.
Okay, that might have started after you were there. I think maybe a little later on. But
Probably.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. What else? Any other memories of the building or the grounds there? What that was like?
Well, I remember the building where the laundry was.
Okay.
And, I remember that. The women over in the laundry, I know they worked awfully hard,
Uh-huh.
and they might bring some clothes over for us to fold. And we had a playroom with big tables, and sometimes we would fold clothes. They would bring the clothes over, and we would fold them. And that's about all I can remember about that.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see. What was it like when you actually sort of spread your wings and finally left?
Well, it was very nice. The reason I left, it was too confining for me.
Right.
And I left on good terms with deserters.
Good.
And that's about it.
Good. Did you stay in Ohio for a while?
I went to work for a dentist I quit there in August, and then I went to work for a dentist there in Newark.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, on any of your later work or jobs, did you use any of the job skills that you performed in the children's home, like sewing or working with children or anything else?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's fine. Is there anybody you keep in touch with who was at the children's home?
Pardon?
Is there anybody who you still keep in touch with who you knew from the children's home?
Yeah. Well, most of them I think have passed on because I'm 92,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
I think I'm probably the oldest living one that worked there.
You might be, and what you were saying is really valuable because I don't know of any other people that we've talked to who actually were employees. So it's really good to get your memories of your time there. We've talked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've talked to some children who were there, but at least I haven't spoken to any other former employees. So this is really valuable. Now, this is just a question about your opinion. Do you think, knowing what you know about today's world, do you think it might be a good idea to bring institutions like children's homes or orphanages back?
Well, it was a godsend for the children to come to the children's home because they came from broken homes and mistreated, and, I can remember there was never any arguments or fights or anything like that.
Okay.
And everybody got along very well.
Okay, good. Anything else you want to add about the children's home? Any other memories that you have or impressions?
I don't really have. Just I only worked there a year, and I just and I was over the older ones.
Right.
There was two of us. One was over the younger ones, and I was over the older ones.
Okay, so you when you were getting the children up, you tended to get the older ones up. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, all of that is really good information for us. We really appreciate it. We're collecting these interviews to do something positive because as you probably know, they have to tear the building down because it's not salvageable. So the commissioners wanted to do something positive like this and add to